Hey guys, this is Mrs. Gresham. We are going to work on comparing numbers today. That means we are going to look at numbers and we're going to decide, is that number more than or greater than another number? Or is that number less than or fewer than a number? So for this activity, we have two dice on our screen and we have a spinner. And on one side it says or more, and on the other side it says less, less. We will also be using a hundreds chart or a hundreds board to help us compare our numbers. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to spin the dice or roll the dice, sorry. Okay, so our first number is 22 and our second number is 16. Then we're going to spin the spinner. Okay, and it landed on the side with more. So we need to figure out which number is more. Okay, so let's go to our hundreds chart just as a tool to help us. Remember, our numbers are 22 and 16. So I'm going to circle 22. Good job. And 16. Those are our two numbers and we need to compare them. And our spinner told us that we needed to find the number that was more. And more means greater than or a larger amount. So if I look here on my hundreds chart and I look at the number 16 and then I look at the number 22, I can tell which number is more or which number is greater than. Can you? Which number do you think it is? Excellent, you are correct. The number that is more or greater than is 22. And here's how I know that. I know that because when I'm looking here on my hundreds chart, I come to 16 first. And then after 16 comes the number 22. So if the number comes after, that means that the number is a larger amount. It has a greater quantity. The other way that I know that, even without looking at my hundreds chart, is that when I look at the number 22 and I look at the number 16, I can see that the number 22 has two groups of 10. And the number 16 only has one group of 10. And I know that two groups of 10 is more than or greater than one group of 10. Okay, let's do it again. Let's roll our dice. Oops, so sorry. Let's roll our dice. Okay, we have two numbers. We have the number 13, which is one group of 10 and three extra ones, and we have the number 2. So let's spin our spinner. Okay, it landed on more again. So let's flip over to our hundreds chart. Okay, sorry that is down every time. And remember, we need to find the number 2 and the number 13. So here we go. Here's the number 2 and here's the number 13. And our spinner said that we need to find the number that is more. So which number is more or greater than? Nice, you are correct. The number that is greater than or more than is 13. That would mean that 2 is less than 13. And it means that 13 is more than or greater than 2. And again, I can see that 13 comes after 2 when looking at a hundreds chart or when we're counting. But I also know that, does the number 2 have any groups of 10? No, it does not. It only has two ones. And the number 13 has one group of 10 and 3 extra ones. And that means that the number 13 is more than or greater than 2. Awesome. Let's do another one. Maybe this time it will land on less. Let's see. Here we go. Let's spin our spinner. What's that number? Good. 18. And what's this number? 8. Good job. Okay, let's spin our spinner. There it goes. There we go. Okay, it landed on less. So our job now is to compare these two numbers and figure out which number is less. Well, let's quickly go to our hundreds chart. Okay, and we're going to find our numbers. Why don't you point to the numbers for me? Can you find them? Can you find the number 8? Excellent. Good. There's the number 8. And now we need the number 18. Good job. And there's the number 18. So we're trying to figure out which number is less. By looking at our hundreds chart, can you tell which one is less? Good. The number 8, the numeral 8 is less than the numeral or the number 18. And we know that because 8 has just 8 ones, and the number 18 has one group of 10 and 8 extra ones. I also know that 8 is less because we say 8 before we say 18. That means 8 comes first when we are looking at these two numbers and comparing them. So 8 is less than or fewer than the number 18. Excellent job. Let's do one more. Here we go. Okay, we're going to spin our dice. Good. What's that number? Ooh, and what's that number? Good. We have the number 15 and the number 20. Now let's spin our spinner. Okay, and it landed on more or less. Which one? More. Good job. Okay, so let's go find our hundreds chart and let's compare on our hundreds chart. Okay, so you start looking. Can you find for me the number 15 and point to it? Good. Excellent. And now can you find the number 20 and point to it? Awesome job. Okay, let's look at these two numbers. We have 15 and we have 20. So which number is more? 20. Good job. I know that 20 is more because 15 comes first, and then if I keep counting, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 comes after 15. Okay. I also can tell that 15 only has one group of 10 and 20 has two groups of 10. And that right there tells me that 20 is more than 15. Okay, boys and girls, excellent job today. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about comparing numbers. You can play a game like this at home if you have two dice, or you could make dice out of paper, just make it on a cube, or you could just cut up numbers and put them in a bag and pull out the numbers, and then you could compare them and you could say which number is more or greater than and which number is less or fewer than. Great job, boys and girls.